Hi, this is Gary with MacMost Now. On today's episode, let's take a look at a variety of techniques in numbers. So let's create a numbers document that has a short database in it and then count the items in the database depending upon some criteria. So for instance, let me just put some random names in. And then I'm going to put in here something like, say, what type of user they are. Maybe this is for a seminar. I'm going to add a few more names here. So I've got 20 names now in my example. Now one of the first things that you want to do is you want to make sure that you create a good table. And in this case I've got all these extra blank cells. I don't want to have that. I'm going to select the table here and I'm going to shorten it. I'm going to grab the columns over here on the right and drag them in. I'm going to scroll down and grab the bottom there and drag that up. So now I've just got what I need. I have a header row here. I can put name in the header and class there. And notice that since this is a database, it behaves like one. If I am in this row, I just typed intermediate, I can actually hit return and it'll give me another row there. So I can continue to add names to this one table here. I can even name this table. I'm going to, instead of table 1, I'm going to double click on it here and call it attendees. Now let's create a second table. And this second table is going to contain the count of how many people are in each class. So I'm going to copy and paste the class types here into the header left column, advanced, intermediate, beginner, and I'm going to give the count there and I'm going to shrink this down to just the size I need, nothing extra. Now to get the data in there, I'm going to use the COUNTIF function. And that will give me the number of people in each class. The first parameter after the parenthesis there, the left parenthesis, I'm going to do B. You can see it grabs the entire row here and it puts it in and it has no problem with this being one table and this being another. And then the second thing I want is I want to be able to compare it to the word advanced. So I'm going to put in quotes equals advanced and close the parentheses there. And the result is I get 6 right there. So there's 6 in the advanced class. I'm going to copy and paste this in these two places here, but these are both also counting advanced. So I want to go in and edit them and change it. Intermediate, and there's 4 in that class, and beginner 9 in that class. And this updates as you change things. So if I were to change, like, say, one intermediate person to advanced, you can see it updates. Also, if I were to add a new row there, you can see it updates there as well. So the next thing is let's create a pie chart. So I'm going to select this entire table here and then just go in and say give me a pie chart, and it's automatically going to take what I've selected here and apply that to a pie chart, and you can see how it's done that. So now the great thing is that everything updates automatically. I can go in here and change this chart. Let me go and name this table to be neat. Call this counts and call this pie count. And of course it gives me the title there, so I probably want to name it something a little bit better than that. But I could go ahead in here and change somebody to another class, and you can see it adjusts not only this table here but also the pie chart itself. You can see it even animated as the change was applied. So I've talked about each of these techniques before, but putting them all together you can see how I can use numbers to give you some useful results. Hope you found this useful. Till next time, this is Gary with MacMost Now. If you found this video useful, there's one thing you can do for me in return. It won't cost you anything and it'll just take you a few seconds. If you're not already at MacMost.com, go there and then look for the video you just watched and go to that page. Underneath the video you'll see a bunch of different links that help you share the video with friends. Take a second to click the like button. This sends a signal out to the rest of the internet that the video is worth watching. Thanks.